looks for the end zone. Touchdown!
And the left jab.
Makes the shot. Goal! Best I can go now. Gap off?
Up now on lane number 8, we've got local bowler Rick Beckett. With a strike in the first frame and a spare in the second, he'll be looking to get this one on the middle. Oh, a little bit thick on the head pin with that one. Punching it out 50 after 2. He'll be looking to clean this one up with his next 2 balls. And Rick takes out the left 3-2, cleaning them up. 15 for the frame, 65 after 3 for Rick. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Jacob Hogue, a local Yorkton YBC bowler, 19 years of age. Jacob's working on a spare in the third. Comes a little too far across the head pin, taking out the left 3-2. And he picks up the spare with his second ball, 65 after 3 for Jacob with a spare in the fourth. I told you she'd be the one to ask. Morning, Mary. And Bill Skolny up on lane number 8. After an open frame in the third, Bill gets this one on the middle, a little thick on the head pin on the right side, leaving the left 2. Big spare for Bill Skolny in the fourth. And Sarah takes her place on the lane, working on a spare in the third. Misses her mark on that one, taking out the left 3-2. Much better ball thrown by Sarah on the second ball, coming up with another spare. 68 after 3 with a spare in the fourth. And Darren up again on lane number 8. 3 strikes to start with a spare in the fourth, 118 in the third. And gets it on the middle, gets a bad break. Leaves the left 3-2. Oh. Unfortunate miss there by Darren. And another miss by Darren. 10 counts in the fifth frame, 153 after 5. And Rick Beckett's working on a strike in 4. We'll hope to get this one on the middle for a chance to double up. And he turns around. He didn't like that one as soon as he let it go. Better ball from Rick on the second shot. Comes up with the spare. 95 after 5 for Rick. And Jacob Hogue up now on lane number 8. Huge ball from Jacob. Comes up with the strike. 98 after 5 for Jacob with a strike in the 6th. Much better third ball thrown by Bill. Picks up 15 for the frame, 115 after 6. And Sarah up on lane number 8 now. Should be looking to get this one on the middle after an open frame in 5. Right over her mark in the left pocket, gets that corner pin to fall. Good strike from Sarah in the 7th. And Darren gets ready here on lane number 8. 153 in the 5th for Darren with a spare in 6. Hoping to get a good count with this ball if he gets it over a spot. And he does. Good strike in the left pocket from Darren. Rick Beckett up now on lane number 8. After an open frame in 6, he'll be hoping to get a mark. Pulls this one to the left as well, taking out the left 3-2. Gets that ball right over his mark, picks up another spare. 125 after 6 for Rick with a spare in 7. And Jacob Hogue up on lane number 8 punches the head pin on a spare in 7. Very unfortunate for Jacob. He'll hope to clean up these pins. Oh, no. Throws another one through the hole. And Jacob punches the 3 for an 8 count in frame 8. 156 after 8 for Jacob. And Bill up now on lane number 8, working on a spare in 7, gets it over his mark and gets the right corner to fall. 145 after 7 for Bill, with a strike in 10. Sorry, a strike in 8. And Sarah, working on a double, just clips the head pin on the left side. Gets a good count on her double. Gets her second ball out there, picking up the spare. 171 after 7 for Sarah with a spare in the 8th. And Darren takes his spot on lane number 8, working on a double. Darren's got 183 in the 6th frame. Gets it over his spot, but doesn't get the corner to fall. Good count on his double. He'll be looking to pick up this spare to get an even better count on his second strike. No doubt about that one. Darren picks up the spare, 256 after 8 with a spare in the 9th. After an open frame in 8, Rick Beckett will hope to get this one back on the middle. And he misses his mark a little bit to the right, taking out the 3-2. As soon as he let go of that one, he didn't like it. Leaving the head pin on the lane, Rick scores 10 for the frame, 167 after 9. Jacob Hogue up on lane number 8, finishing off his 10th frame with a strike in 9. He doubles up with a good ball in the left pocket. With a good finish here, Jacob could end up with a 246 for his game. And he misses his mark just by a little bit on that one, taking out the right 3-2. Tough break on his last ball, leaving the corner pin. Jacob Hogue from Yorkton, 219 after 10. Finishing up on lane number 7, Darren Hibner with an open frame, 291 for his first game from Darren. And Bill gets his first ball out on the lane after an open frame in 9 with a 178. Strike on his first ball. just gets it in there, leaving the left corner. And Bill leaves the left corner on the lane for a 28 count in frame number 10, 2:06 final for Bill Skolny. And Rick Beckett finishing up on lane number 7, 167 in the 9th frame, strikes out for a 212. And Sarah finishing up now on lane number 8, 201 in the 8th frame with a strike in 9. Her first ball gives her a double. Gets her ball over her mark, picks up 3 in a row. Chance for a 291 for Sarah. Punches the head pin on her last ball. Sarah Thyman finishes strong with a 281. Up now on lane number 8 in the second game, we've got Len Anseth. Len Anseth, after a strike in the first, hits it a little thick, doesn't get the corner to fall. And Len picks up the right corner. Good half, 30 after 1 with a spare in the second. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Willis Fincarrick from Yorkton. Last year, Willis had a high triple of 932 in his class, which was good enough for the high triple all across Canada. Drives that one into the lane, taking out the right 3-2. Much better ball from Willis on his second try, picking up the half. 15 after 1 with a spare in the second. And Kevin Clark, after a spare in 2, punches the head pin, taking out the right 2 with a second ball. Takes out the left 3-2 with his third ball. 12 count for Kevin in the third, 62 after 3. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Corley Frank from Regina. After 2 open frames to start, gets this one right over her spot in the left pocket. Good strike from Corley. Len Adseth takes out a chop with his first ball, working on a strike in 3. Big half for Len in 4. 90 after 3 for Len with a spare in 4th. And Dennis Zacher up now on lane number 8 from Saskatoon. 45 in the second for Dennis, working on a strike in 3. Nice smooth delivery from Dennis, right where he wants it. Good double by Dennis. And Willis Fincarrick gets ready on lane 8. 45 after 2 for Willis, working on a strike in 3. In the right pocket, throwing that backup ball. Good for the double. Kevin up on lane number 8. 62 after 3 for Kevin, working on a strike in 4. Good strike by Kevin in the right pocket. Good enough for the double. And Coralie up on lane number 8, working on a double. A little bit thick on the right side of that head pin, leaving the left 2. Falls off the lane just before the 2 pin. And another miss by Coralie in the 6th frame, taking 13 for that frame. 114 after 5. Lena and Seth up on lane number 8, working on a strike in 5. Right in the left pocket. Good ball by Len. 120 after 4 for Len with a double. Open frame for Dennis in 5 with a 120. He'll be looking to keep this one on the middle and get a strike. Throws a nice smooth ball in the right pocket. Good ball by Dennis. Willis up now on lane number 8. 45 in the 2nd, working on 3 strikes. Willis is a former master bowler from Alberta. It's the ball a little thick in the right pocket. Leaves the left 3-2. Good count on his 2 strikes. Lays it down a little too soon, just takes out the 2. Kevin Clark up now on lane number 8, hoping to keep his string of strikes going. 62 after 3 for Kevin, with strikes in 4, 5, and 6. Decides to go in the right side this time. Pushes over the left 2. Good strike by Kevin. Good enough for the 4x4. Coralie Frank up on lane number 8. After an open frame in 6, gets this one back on the middle. Good strike, Coralie. Len hoping to get this one right in the pocket. In the right side this time. Good enough for the 4 in a row, 120 after 4. His strikes in 4, 5, 6, and 7. And Dennis up now on lane number 8. After an open frame in 7, 162. Gets this one right in the right pocket, right where he wanted it. Good strike from Dennis from Saskatoon. And Willis takes this spot out on the lane. After an open frame in 6 and 7, Willis will be looking to get this one right where he wants it. And he does. Good ball right in the right pocket. 184 after 7 from Willis with a strike in the 8th. After a head pin in 8 and 224, Kevin Clark looking to get a mark in this frame. Little too much over that center arrow. Punches out the head pin. 15, the best Kevin can do in this frame. He'll be looking to clean that up. Through the hole. And he can't be happy with that one. Takes out the right 3-2 with his last ball. 10 count for Kevin in 9, 234. Corley up on lane number 8 now, working on a double in 7 and 8. 127 in the 6th. Little shaky at the line. Takes out the left 3-2. Didn't correct enough on that ball. Still pulls it left. Only gets a 5 count on her 2 strikes. Good ball to clean up the pins for Coralie in 9. 15 count. 197 after 9 for Coralie. Len Anseth finishing up on lane number 8 now. Cut knife bowler. Working on a spare in 9. Just catches enough of the head pin to knock it over. 300 in the 9th frame for Len. Hoping to spare this up for a possible 330 with a strike in his last ball. Punches out the 3. You can see the disgust on his face with that one. Misses the corner pin. 13 count in 10 for Len Anseth. 313. Kevin Clark finishing up on lane number 7. 234 in the 9th frame. Takes a 20 count in frame 10, 254 for Kevin Clark. Dennis Acker now finishing up on lane number 8. 162 after 7, working on a double in 8 and 9. Picks up the first strike with his first ball in the 10th frame. Dennis pushes his second ball to the right, taking out the right 3-2. 245 in the 9th frame with 1 ball left. Leaves the left corner standing in the 10th frame. Good finish by Dennis Acker. 270 after 10. Coralie Frank finishing up on lane number 7 after an open frame in 9 and an open frame in 10. 212 for Coralie Frank. Willis takes his stance on lane number 8. 214 in 8th frame with a spare in 9. Excellent count on his spare. Gets the first one. Willis punches the head pin on his second ball. Best Willis can do, 269 after 10. Picks up the right 3-2, 25 count in 10, 269 for Willis after 10.
Pretty much, yeah. I dust them off every once in a while.
Start of the third game now. We've got Jim Norcus up on lane number 8. Punches out the 3-pin with his first ball. And Jim punches the head pin with his last ball. 8 count in the first frame for Jim. Lisa Cunningham from Saskatoon up now on lane number 8. Gets the ball in the right pocket. Good strike from Lisa. This year for the Yorkton Cash, we had 48 entries. We've paid out, or we will pay out, over $5,000 in prize money between the 3 qualifying single shifts and the doubles tournament that we hosted Saturday evening. Qualifying shifts will get the bowlers $120. Third and fourth place will get the bowlers $350. Second place will take home $700. And first place will take home $1,300. Steve Peter from Regina up now on lane number 8. After an open frame in the first frame, he'll be looking to start off with a mark here. Gets the ball right in the pocket. Good strike from Steve in 2. And local Yorkton bowler Kobe Wainman up on lane number 8. Kobe threw a 320 his last game, hoping to match that this game. Takes out the right 3-2 with his first ball. Punches out the head pin with his second ball. Cleans up the pins for a 15 count in 2, 27 after 2 for Kobe. Todd Vogan up now on lane number 8. Todd is from Saskatoon and bowls out of Eastview. Just clips the head pin on the left side, leaves the 3-2 standing. And Todd punches out the 3-pin on his second ball. Todd blows by the corner pin with his third ball. 13 count for Todd in 2, 38 after 2. Jim Norkus up now on lane number 8. Working on a spare in 2. Jim averaged 240 in his first shift and 248 in his second shift. Currently sitting in 14th place. He hopes to move up this shift. Good count on his spare on that ball. Picks up the spare in the 3. 33 after 2 for Jim with a spare in 3. Lisa Cunningham up on lane number 8 now, working on a double. Lisa threw a 299 her first game and looks like she's having some luck again. Good strike from Lisa Cunningham on lane number 8 for the turkey. Steve up on lane number 8. 40 after 2, working on a spare in 3. Comes across the head pin, a little bit thick on the left side. Leaves the right 3-2. Good spare from Steve. 65 after 3 for Steve with a spare in the 4th. Kobe Wainman up on lane number 8. He's got 27 in the second frame with a strike in 3. He averaged 256 in the first qualifying shift. Currently sitting in 11th place. Gets the strike to go. Good double by Kobe. And Todd up on lane number 8. 38 in 2 with a spare in 3. Hoping to get this one on the middle for a good count. Punches out the 3 pin. Not what you want to be counting on a spare. Good cleanup by Todd in the 4th for the 15 count. 71 after 4 for Todd. And Jim Norkus from Wynyard up on lane number 8. 63 in the 3rd frame, working on a strike in 4. Comes in on the left side, little bit thick. Right corner pin's wiggling, but doesn't want to fall. Good second ball from Jim, picking up the spare in 5. 93 in 4 for Jim with a spare in 5. Lisa Cunningham, 5th frame, working on 4 in a row. Misses her mark by a little bit to the right, taking out the right 3-2. Better second ball from Lisa on that one. Squeaks out the spare. 155 in the fourth frame for Lisa with a spare in 5. Current standings after the first 2 shifts, we have Nelson Frank from Regina sitting in first, averaging 300. Amy Pilon, bowling out of Regina, originally from Prince Albert, averaging 288, sitting in second. Sean Langlois from Rossburn, Manitoba, sitting in third, averaging 280. And Randy Oslin, proprietor of the Melville Bowl Arena, currently sitting in fourth, averaging 273. Good strike there from Steve Peter on lane number 8. Local bowler Trent Eichel, currently sitting in 5th place, averaging 271. Taylor McCaw from Regina, currently sitting in 6th place, but averaging 263. Joel Mamcher from Regina, averaging 260, currently sitting in 7th. And Trent Prakaski from Humboldt, currently sitting in 8th place, averaging 259. Good strike from Colby Wainman on lane number 8, picking up the 4x4. Todd Vogan up now on lane number 8. After a head pin in 5, he will hope to get this one right over his mark. Ball just skips by the corner 2 pin, leaves it standing. Falls off the edge for Todd on that one. It's tough when you miss those spares at this point in the game. Misses the corner again. 13 count for Todd in 6. 94 after 6 frames for Todd. Jim Norkus up now on lane number 8. 121 after 5 for Jim, working on a spare in 6. Hoping to get a good count with this ball. Comes in on the left side, little bit thick on that head pin, pushes it straight back, leaving the 3-2 on the right. Good spare by Jim in the 7th. 146 after 6 with a spare in 7. Lisa Cunningham up now on lane number 8. 185 in the 5th frame for Lisa, working on a strike in 6. Just pulls over to the right of that center pin, leaves the corner. Comes up a little bit short with her second ball. 13 count on her strike, 213 after 6. Hoping to clean this up for 228 after 7. Misses the corner pin. 226 for Lisa after 7. Steve Peter up on lane number 8. Gets them all to fly. 123 in the 5th for Steve with 3 strikes. Strike for Colby in the 8th frame, 193 after 7. Todd Vogan up now on lane number 8 with a 104 in the 7th. Punches out the 3-pin on lane 8. Todd picks up a 10 count on his second ball, hoping to get this corner. Misses the corner pin on his third ball. 117 in the 8th frame for Todd. Jim Norkus up now on lane number 8. 174 in the 7th frame for Jim, working on a spare in 8th. Hoping to get a good count on this ball, setting up nicely for 10. Gets it in the left pocket, gets them all to go. He's excited about that one. Lisa Cunningham now up on lane number 8. After 2 open frames in 7 and 8, she'll be hoping to get a mark in the 9th frame to set up nicely for 10. Little bit thick on the head pin on the right side. Leaves the 3-2 on the left. Big spare if she can pick it up on this one. With 241 in the 8th frame, Lisa punches out the 3 with her second ball. Best she can do this frame is 15. Cleans up her pins with her last ball. 256 after 9 frames for Lisa. Steve Peter up now on lane number 8, finishing out the 10th frame. 233 in the 8th frame with a spare in 9. Hoping to get a good count on his first ball here. tough break there for Steve in the 10th, punching out the head pin. Best he can do, 15 count in the 10th frame. Possible 268 sitting there for Steve. Takes out the right 3-2 with his first ball. Good cleanup by Steve on that ball. 268 after 10 for Steve Peter. Kobe Wainman up now on lane number 8, finishing out his 10th frame. A little bit thick on the head pin with that ball. Good count on his double. 236 after 8 for Kobe. And Jim Nork is finishing up on lane number 7. 277 final after 10 for Jim. Good spare by Kobe with his second ball. 266 in the 9th for a possible 296 if he can get this strike. Kobe finishes with a strike in the 10th. 296 for Kobe Wainman. Todd Vogan up now on lane number 8, finishing up his 10th frame. Takes out the left side with the head pin. Punches out the 3 on his second ball. Disappointing game for Todd. Best possible outcome, a 147 after 10. Lisa Cunningham finishing up on lane number 7 with a 286. Good cleanup from Todd on lane number 8. 147 for Todd after 10. Starting off the 4th game, we've got Joel Mamcher on lane number 8. Puts it in the right pocket. Good start for Joel Mamcher. Mel Peterson up now on lane number 8. Mel bowled in the second qualifying shift, averaging only 206. He'll hope to do better this shift and move up. Punches out the 3 pin with his first ball on that one. Good second ball from Mel on that one, picking up the spare. Trent Prakaski up on lane number 8 from Hudson Bay. Trent bowled in the first shift, and averaged 259. He's right on the cut line right now in 8th place. Picks up the strike for the first frame. Good start. Good start by Danny Bear on lane number 8. Comes up with a strike. You were this one. Dale Durr up on lane number 8 gets a strike. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Joel Mamcher from Regina. Started out with a double. Picks up the third strike. Good ball from Joel Mamcher. Mel Peterson up now on lane number 8. 30 in the first frame for Mel, working on a strike in 2. Good ball coming across the head pin from right to left. Good strike from Mel Peterson for the double. Trent Prakaski up on lane number 8 after an open frame in 2 with 40. Gets this one right over his mark in the left pocket. Good strike from Trent Prakaski. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Cam Loudit out of Yorkton. 76 in the third frame for Cam. Pushes this one wide right, taking out the 3-2. Cam misses with his second ball to the right. Didn't seem to correct from the first shot. Cleans up his pins with his third ball. 15 count for Cam in 4. 91 after 4. Dale Durr up now on lane number 8. 43 in the second from Dale, working on a spare in 3. Pushes it to the left, taking out the 3-2. He'll have to correct on his next ball if he hopes to get the spare. Oh, and he misses that one to the left again. Misses the head pin with his third ball. 10 count for Dale in 4. 73 after 4 frames for Dale Durr. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Danny Bear from Regina. Bowling out of the Glencairn Bowlodrome in Regina. Danny Bear gets the strike to go. 43 after 2 for Danny Bear with a double. Strikes in 3 and 4. Joel Mamcher up on lane number 8. Joel is currently sitting in 7th place, averaging 260. Not a stranger to cash tournaments. Joel knows that is too close to the cut line and is taking another shot to get a better score. Comes up big with the strike in 5. 120 after 4 for Joel with a strike in 5. Mel Peterson on the approach. 101 after 4 for Mel. Right in the right-hand pocket. Gets them all to fly. Good strike from Mel in 5. Trent Prakaski up on lane number 8 next. Trent is currently sitting in 10th place for the third shift, averaging 254. 76 points behind. Dennis Sacker leading the way with 279 average.
Better than had been, though.
Count on his first ball in 5. Picks up the 2 with his second ball. Missing the spare. Misses on his third ball, 12 count and 5 for Trent, 85 after 5 for Trent Prakaski. Cleans up the 2-pin on lane number 8 for Cam, 121 after 6. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Dale Durr working on a strike in 5 with 73 in 4. Dale is currently sitting in 19th place, averaging 214 for the first 3 games. A little bit thick on that head pin, coming from right to left. Leaves that right corner standing. He'll want to be sure on this one to get a good count on his spare. Dale Durr just falls off the lane at the end, missing the 2-pin. 13 count on his strike, 101 after 5. $15 count for Dale in the 6th, 116 after 6. Danny Bear up on lane number 8, working on 3 strikes in a row. Danny is currently sitting in 6th place in the 3rd qualifying shift, averaging 266. Only 41 pins behind Dennis Sacker from Saskatoon. Danny picks up the big strike on that one, has himself a 4-bagger. Joel Mamcher up now on lane number 8, working on a spare in 6. Joel misses the spare on his 2nd ball. Those are important spares that you've got to be picking up at this point of the game. Joel averaging only 232 for this 3rd qualifying shift. 10 count in 7 for Joel, 180 after 7. Mel Peterson up now on lane number 8, 101 in the 4th for Mel, working on a double. Mel is currently struggling a little bit in 21st place for the third shift, averaging only 199. Punches the head pin on his first ball. Best he can do this frame is a 15. Picks up the left side. 161 after 6 for Trent. Hoping to pick up the final 5 on his last ball. And he picks up the final 5, 15 count and 7 for Mel, 176 after 7. Trent Prakaski up on lane number 8. 85 in the fifth frame for Trent with a strike in 6. Good ball from Trent Prakaski, doubling up in 6 and 7. After 4 open frames, Cam Loudit will hope to get a mark in the 7th. Pushes the ball right, punching out the 3-pin. He's not happy with the way he's bowling. He'll have to figure something out for his last game if he hopes to have a shot at the money. Punches out the head pin with his second ball. Takes out the left 3-2 with his final ball. 13 count for Cam and 8. 149 after 8 for Cam Loudit of Yorkton. Dale Durr up on lane number 8 now. 116 after 6 for Dale, working on a strike in 7. Punches out the head pin with his second ball. Tough break for Dale Durr. This is the pins on his third ball. 10 count and 8 for Dale Durr. 151 after 8 for Dale. Danny Bear up on lane number 8 now. 43 in the second frame, working on 5 in a row. Tough break for Danny. Punches out the head pin. Best he can do in this frame is a 15 count. That'll still leave Danny sitting with a pretty good score, coming into 8 and 9. Takes out the left 3-2 with his second ball. 238 after 7, possible 15 count in the 8th would give him a 253 with 9 and 10 left to play. Misses the 3-2 on the right. 10 count and 8 for Danny. 248 after 8 frames. Joel Mamcher up now on lane number 8. 3 open frames for Joel, 188 in 8th. Hoping to set up the 10th frame with a strike or a spare here. Gets a tough break on that head pin on the left side, leaving the right 3-2. Picks up the spare in 9, Joel Mamcher, 188 in 8 with a spare in 9. Good setup for 10. Mel Peterson up on now, hoping to get a good setup for 10. 199 in the 8th frame. Gets the ball in the right pocket. Good strike from Mel. Setting it up nicely for the 10th. Trent Prakaski up on lane number 8. Punches the head pin with his first ball. Tough breaks for Trent today in this 4th game. Through the hole with his second ball.
I know, fortunately.
Takes out the right 3-2 with his last ball. 10 count for Mel in the 9th. 177 going into 10. Cam Loudon up on lane number 10, finishing out the game. He's got 149 in the 8th with a spare in 9. Good ball from Cam Loudon, getting the good count on the spare. 179 in 9 with 2 balls left to throw. Too thick on the head pin on that one. Punches it straight back. Best possible game for Cam now, 204. Goes through the middle again. 20 count in 10 for Cam, finishing with a 199.
Needed that spin on there. That's a dream.
And Darren Hibner up on lane number 8, starting out game number 5. Punches out the left 3 pin. Darren currently sitting in 8th place for the 3rd shift. Misses to the right side with his second ball, taking out the 3-2. Picks up the 5 on his last ball. 13 count for Darren in the first frame. Rick Beckett up now on lane number 8. Rick Beckett currently sitting in 17th place for the 3rd shift, averaging 217. A little bit too thick on the head pin on his second ball, punches it straight back. Takes the 2 on his last ball. 12 count for Rick after the first frame. Bill Skolny up on lane number 8 after a spare in the first frame. Bill currently sitting in 18th place in the 3rd qualifying shift, averaging 215. Good ball from Bill on the second frame. Sarah Theinman up on lane number 8. After a strike in the first frame, she takes the chop left side, leaving the right 3-2. Sarah is currently in 5th place in the 3rd qualifying shift, averaging 262, only 71 pins back of first place leader Jim Norkus in the 3rd qualifying shift. And Sarah comes up big with her second ball, getting a good count on her strike. 30 after 1 frame with a spare in 2. Jacob Hogue now up on lane number 8. After a 15 count in his first frame, gets the ball over the middle, a little bit thick on the head pin, coming right to left, leaves the left right 3-2. Good spare by Jacob in the second frame. Currently in 21st place in the 3rd qualifying shift, Jacob is averaging 202. Darren Hibner back up on lane number 8 after a 13 count in 1 with a spare in the second frame. Gets this ball right over his spot. Good count for Darren on his spare. 43 after 2 with a strike in 3. Darren currently sitting in 8th place, averaging 255 for his 3rd qualifying shift. And Rick Beckett, after 2 open frames in 1 and 2, will hope to get it rolling with this ball. Thought he liked it, but then changed his mind. Little bit thin on the head pin on the right side, leaving the left 3-2. Doesn't like his second ball. Takes out the left 2, leaving the 3 standing there. Rick currently sitting in 17th place, averaging .217 after the first 4 games. Cleans him up with his third ball. 15 count for Rick. 42 after 3 frames for Rick Beckett. Good strike from Bill Skolny up on lane number 8. 90 after 3 frames for Bill with a strike in 4. And Sarah up now on lane number 8. Working on a spare in 3. She's got 58 in the second frame, hoping to cash in with this ball. Ball moving right to left, just misses the head pin on the left side, taking out the 3-2. Better second ball from Sarah on that one. Comes in on the right side, picks up the spare. 78 for Sarah after 3 with a spare in 4. Jacob Hogue up on lane number 8 after a 3 count on his third frame. Comes up big with a good strike in 4. .36 for Jacob after 3. Looking to keep the strikes rolling in the next frame in 5. Up again on lane number 8, we've got Darren. 43 in the second frame, working on a double. Hoping to keep these strikes rolling. And he liked it as soon as he let it go. Good strike from Darren Hibner. 3 in a row. Up now on lane number 8, we've got Rick Beckett. 42 after 3 for Rick with a strike in 4. 1 in a row twice, as Rick would say. Picks up the second strike in 5 for Rick. 42 after 3 for Rick with a strike in 4 and 5. Bill up on lane number 8. With an open frame in 5 and a 131, he's looking to mark with his first ball here. Good strike from Bill, gets the right corner to fall at the last minute. Sarah gets set on the lane. 108 in the fourth for Sarah with a strike in 5. She's hoping to double up. Throws her ball from right to left. Hooks it in there. Just catches the head pin enough to knock over the 3. Leaves the 2 standing. Good spare by Sarah in the 6th. with a good count on her strike. 138 after 5 with a spare in 6. Jacob Hogue up on lane number 8. After an open frame in 5, leaves the left corner, has it spinning, but it doesn't fall. Second ball from Jacob right at the corner. Picks up the spare. 73 after 5 for Jacob with a spare in 6. Darren up now on lane number 8 with an open frame in 6, just about sparing a head pin. Misses to the left with his first ball in 7. 166 for Darren after 6. Misses to the right with his second ball, taking out the 3-2. Those are the ones that you want to be sure of when you still have the head pin left. Comes up with the 5 on his last ball. 15 count for Darren after 7 frames. He's got 181. Rick Beckett up now on lane number 8. 42 in the 3rd frame, working on 3 strikes in a row. And he likes it as soon as he lets it go. Good strike from Rick Beckett coming in the right-hand pocket. That's 2 in a row twice, as Rick would say. And Bill up now on lane number 8. 161 after 6 frames with a spare in 7. Gets the left side chop, leaving the right 3-2. Good count on his spare. Tough break for Bill on his second ball, just picking out the 3-pin. 15 count, the best he can do in the 8th frame. Possible 201 after 8 if he picks this pin. Just falls off the side. 199 for Bill after 8 frames. Sarah up now on lane number 8. She's got 173 after an open frame in 7. She gets back on the middle in the right side. Good strike for Sarah in the 8th frame. Jacob Hogue up on lane number 8 after an open frame in 7 with a 116. Comes back with a big ball in 8. Good strike from Jacob Hogue. Darren up on lane number 8. He really wanted that one, and he got it. 181 after 7 frames for Darren, with strikes in 8 and 9. Excellent setup for 10. Rick Beckett now working on 5 in a row. Tries to squeak it out, picks out the left 3-2.
Back to the drawing board.
Misses with his second ball. Can't be happy with that. He knows that was a big ball to be missing. Disappointing 9th frame for Rick Beckett, only counting 5. 237 after 9 for Rick. Up now on lane number 8, finishing off the 10th frame of the game, Bill Skolny with 189 in the 8th, working on a spare. Punches out the head pin. Tough finish for Bill here, best he can do. 15 count. 219 in the 9th. Best possible score, 234 for Bill. Punches out the 3 on the right side. Yeah, nope, that's good. Finishing up in the 10th frame, Bill Skolny with a 232. Sarah Thyman up now on lane number 8. Gets the ball in there in the right pocket. Good push to get the corner to fall. 173 in the 7th frame with strikes in 8, 9 in the first one in 10. Darren Hibner finished up on lane number 7. 276 final after game 5 for Darren. Misses her second ball to the left, taking out the left 3-2. Misses on her last ball. 20 count for Sarah in 10. 273 to finish off her set. Rick Beckett finishing up on lane number 7 with a 250 final. Jacob Hogue now on lane number 8 gets the first strike in 10. Good count on his spare in 9. Gets his second ball a little bit out there to the left. Takes out the left 3-2. Cleans up his pins on lane number 8. 30 count in frame number 10. 206 for Jacob Hogue of Yorkton.
Hey, Goose Monkey, show me what you got.